Welcome back. Today we're doing the Unpopular Opinions book tag, which I found online. I'll link the website below.
Popular book or series that you didn't like. For me, I said Magnolia Parks or The Naturals. I just really didn't like, I felt like I was just missing something with Magnolia Parks because people are thirsting over these. They're not thirsting, they're just very invested in these people's lives. And I just don't think that it hit for me, you know? And
You liked it for a little bit.
I liked the first book. Not like, oh my god, 5-star. It was like a 3-star. And then Magnolia, Long Way Home, I was like,
What's the hype coming from?
and Sarah loves it, so I'm like, dang.
Yeah.
So I just felt at a loss, and we have a pretty similar book taste. And Destiny even reread it too, and she liked it more. So maybe I just need to reread it another time, and I'll enjoy it more. I think it helps when you have, with books like that, I think it helps you when you know more about it. Like if you know the stuff that going into it.
Mm-hmm.
Like how I was telling Emma about the Chestnut Springs series, she told me what it was like. If I just went into it, I don't know if I'd just blatantly just like that series as much.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like if I know this corny Netflix movie is, or corny show, I know it. You know? But if I'm just going straight into it, I'm going to be like,
Expecting the greatness, and it was kind of cringe. Yeah.
So. And you said Crescent City, or what's my book now?
Okay,
wait, sorry.
Go ahead.
And The Naturals. I just felt like I didn't love it as much as other people. Like Larry really loved it. Sarah liked it. Destiny liked it.
Destiny loved it.
I can't remember who else
A lot
was
of
reading
people.
it. A lot of people I was following on YouTube. And I just didn't like it as much. I was kind of sad because I love Criminal Minds. And it just didn't get the vibes, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So, but anyway.
I said either Crescent City or Once Upon a Broken Heart series. Crescent City for other reasons, I don't know. I didn't like the writing very much, and I love Sarah J. Maas. I love her ACOTAR series, but people keep telling me that something's going to top it by her. That the Thorn and Glass series or the Crescent City series is supposed to just be like next level, and I can't find anything that makes me feel like ACOTAR does. So maybe that's why I'm disappointed. And then the Once Upon a Broken Heart series, everyone and their brother loves. Like, everyone you ever speak to raves about this. And like I told her, it's fine, but it feels like a book that you could have read at 12 years old, 10 years old, and it would have been fine. There's nothing scandalous or anything crazy in it. It just feels really young. And that's fine, but I'm reading it in my mid to late 20s, and it's not the greatest literature I've ever read.
Right.
So it's okay. Next
question is a popular book or series that everyone else seems to love. That everyone else seems to hate, but you love. We couldn't come up with anything, so we're just gonna skip that question.
Yeah, there's not a lot of hated series out there. I mean, we're kind of in the group of if something's popular, we probably like it majority of the time, mainstream. And if it's not popular, or if it's not liked, then we probably don't like it.
Right.
We're usually in the majority is what I'm trying to say.
Anyway, question 3. A love triangle where the main character ended up with the person you did not want them to end up with. Or
one true pairing you don't like.
I said Mal and Alina.
Oh.
You said Crescent City.
Oh, yeah, Crescent City.
But I just really love the Darkling. I just like Ben Barnes. I've said that so many times, but I know that they're like the childhood friends to lovers, which is cute, but I don't know. She's just kind of jealous of every girl that looks at Mal. I don't know. It gives her a juvenile. If I'm going by book, I'll say it like that. I didn't even like them in the book together. She was very juvenile. It's just the way she was written. And the Darkling was like kind of good to her.
For a little bit.
I'm sorry. But the book I read, I was like, okay.
Okay.
I don't know.
I understand.
But you said Crescent City.
I just think Hunt's really boring. And, spoiler alert, I don't like that they're going to be together forever. That's all. I feel like there's other interesting people in that book that she could end up with.
It's not a spoiler.
Yeah, it is. Anywho, next question.
A popular book genre that you hardly reach for. And I said literary fiction. You did it as well. I just think that I am here for literary fiction.
Or nonfiction.
Or nonfiction, or like we said, memoirs and stuff. I'm just not here for those. I don't think they're as interesting as like building a world, or even like a romance just for fun.
I agree.
You know, or even if it's just strict fantasy, I just love that so much more.
Same.
I get more out of it. Literary fiction, I think they're fine watching them as movies and in cinema and stuff, but they're kind of more boring to read.
And they always have like a little lesson you have to kind of learn throughout.
Yeah.
It
Maybe
kind
at
of
one point
follows-
in my life I will like them more, but as of right now I just don't think I like them.
Or they're more about friendship. They're not about...
I liked them more when I was younger, like the coming of ages ones, because you're growing up, you know? But now I'm just like...
Sometimes I used to read them and be like, where's the romance?
Yeah. You kind of
Where
feel
you at?
left out. Like, I don't know.
Like, I need something to keep my attention.
Where's Rick?
Call me a slut.
And then...
Pretty.
And then a popular or beloved character that you did not like. I'm going to say Kale for right now because I really hated him in Queen of Shadows. It was annoying it was really annoying what she did to him in, I can't remember what book it was. It's one of the earlier ones. It was annoying what she did, you know? But he just should not have acted that way. Or I know she shouldn't have written him that way. If he truly cared about Selena. It just really annoyed me. I don't know. And he's just more of an annoying character. He's pretty easy to be annoyed by. That's why I say that. So, but
yes, Bryce from Crescent City.
I just hate all the characters.
No, it's really, I have a problem with her. And just the writing style. I think she could have been way more likable. Like, towards the end of the first book of Crescent City, she's way more likable than she was in the beginning of the book. And then I felt like book 2, she was back to being how she was before, and I don't know, I don't like that kind of attitude. And then Peyton from Powerless, I hated that, the way that's written. I hated the way she's written. I hate I don't know the character trait, but like when the girl characters come off very like sarcastic and very, I don't know what the word is. Like where everybody looks at them, everybody loves them, and they're just sarcastic and kind of like rude to everyone, and they're like, wow, they're just so different. I don't love that energy. So yeah, those are the characters I don't like, that people really like. And Evangeline from Once Upon a Broken Heart series.
Those are my only gripes.
She never fights for herself for a very long time, and I hate that too. Like, try for yourself, you know, stand up for yourself. She was too naive. I don't like naiveness, probably.
Popular author that you couldn't seem to get into. I said Jennifer Lynn Barnes. I don't know, I'm just not into her writing, I don't think, you know. I haven't read enough of books this year that are many different authors to say another one, but her probably. Like, I read 4 of her books and that was enough for me, I think. And I just don't want to be mean, but I don't know. I just didn't love it. I know a lot of people do love it, and that's really great, but I just don't think it's for me.
I think I said Taylor Jenkins Reid, right? I just find that her books, honestly, I like the characters a lot of times, but when I finish the book, I'm like, something's missing. Like, it never gets to a 4-star rating for me, or even a 5. They start off good and then they end kind of poorly, and then I'm just like, I kind of wasted my time reading that. Like, I was liking it, and then you did nothing with the story, and that seems to be a common theme with a lot of her books for me. So I just don't love her as a writer.
Popular book trope you're tired of seeing.
Miscommunication.
And it's always at the very beginning or very end. And it's like...
Or throughout the whole freaking thing.
That's what I mean, like, it starts at the beginning and it could have been resolved with one conversation.
Wow.
Why are you guys acting like children?
There's so many other, like, ways to cause conflict between characters.
Miscommunication is so annoying.
Miscommunication just makes it feel immature.
Right.
Yeah.
Or Emma also said insta-love.
Yes. Ugh. I hate insta-love. Or when it's marketed as enemies to lovers. But then you start to read it, and they're not enemies at all.
Yeah.
And one of them is secretly in love with the other for the whole time. And you're like, you've been in love with
like,
there's no...
I think that's... If you do it where you don't know that they're in love with them, but you're finding it out each chapter, like, oh my god, like, they're starting, like, that's enemies to lovers done well. Why would you be like, oh, I've loved her since... You can say that at the end, being like, oh, I loved her since I saw her. I'll accept
Or
that.
like, I knew.
I'll accept that at the end, like the love hypothesis. I get it. Put it there, that's fine.
That wasn't enemies to lovers.
No, I'm just saying how they'll say, oh, I've always loved you since then. That's acceptable at the very end of your book.
Yeah.
Why are you doing that? No. It's just cringe.
Yeah.
It's just cringy to me. I don't know. Bad vibes.
That really gets on my nerves.
A series that you're not interested in reading. A popular book series. Yeah, you have no interest in reading.
I said Vampire Academy.
Yeah, and Throne of Glass.
And Throne of Glass, yeah. I started Throne of Glass, but I can't seem to finish it or even have the, what's the word, like the interest in even picking it back up. Like, it just kind of bored me for a while. I'm sure they're supposed to get better. Some people say they get really good, and then other people say that they kind of just are fine. Like, they never get much better for them.
I said Carval because Emma didn't really like Once Upon a Broken Heart series, and that's the one series I wanted to read out of that. And I was like, I don't know if I really want to read. I don't feel like, from the YouTubers that I watched, they say that you don't really need to read that to read the other stuff.
I would say the Once Upon a Broken Heart series isn't something that you shouldn't read, but you should understand that it might not be as hyped up as it.
But Carval is the, like, what would you say? Not cousin.
It's like the prequel.
Yeah. And I just, people don't like it as much, I didn't think.
They say it's very, like, descriptive.
Yeah. And I'm just not down for that right now.
She doesn't really care for, like, those descriptive paragraphs, and that you really like character growth and character-driven plots.
Yeah. And the last question is, the saying goes, the book is always better than the movie. But what movie do you, or TV show adaptation do you prefer more than the book? Emma said Bridgerton, and I said Shadow and Bone. So, I really love Shadow and Bone. I love what they did with it. Rest in peace because it's not coming back. But I really like Shadow and Bone. They got really good actors for it. They made it better, not as juvenile and young adult. You know? And Bridgerton, you said, because Shonda Rhimes is amazing.
Yeah, I think Bridgerton is such a great series. Like, all of them. And I
really
read
good actors.
They have great acting in it. I just think they're all very distinct in who they are. A lot of them are not similar, so it keeps your attention the whole time. You're always rooting for.
And it's just easy tropes too.
It is. I would say that the Bridgerton series, from what I've read from the first book, it seems like the first season has more like diversity and more like.
Man, I don't know.
Like the characters have a lot more personality to them.
It's very fun.
Yeah, and I don't know.
The books just don't do as fun. They don't do the not theatrics, but they don't do the tropes and drama as fun. It's not as fun to read, I wouldn't say. The only one I would say that's actually fun to read a lot more is Colin and Penelope romancing Mr. Bridgerton. Because I've read 2.5 right now. And the first one was fine. I just loved, they just changed the trope a little bit in the show, and it fits to make it 8 episodes. I feel like that they do really good. And the acting's really good, like how Jonathan Bailey, like that whole crying scene with his mom.
It's so good.
How he's like staring at her. He's like, she's okay. And he like.
The actors and actresses in Queen Charlotte did super good.
Yeah.
I've not read that book. I know that they wrote one, but I just know that I feel like they give.
They good chemistry.
They have great chemistry on the show. So
they pair people. They do have the Bridgerton effect, and it's very.
They do.
Thank you, Shonda Rhimes.
Thank you.
For good Regency stuff. She really said, let me put Pride and Prejudice, I'm smut. She knew what we wanted. She knew.
Exactly.
I love that.
Thank you so much for watching.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Let us know if you agree with these unpopular opinions.
Yeah.
And we'll see you tomorrow.
Bye!